Okay, here we have the Summit 2-seat with the 582 motor in it, and my Summit has a Thunderbolt E340 elliptical chute, which does have a tendency to turn left a little bit. I think most of the chutes do when we're at higher power settings. So this is what I've done to offset it. These are the two cable risers that come up on this is the left hand side, and it goes up to a single link which then connects to two links on the front and rear lines of the chute. Now what I've added to it is I've replaced the standard link with a longer link at the rear. That's on these yellow lines. So I've got a longer link on the rear. This link is sometimes called a link and a half. It's about 72 millimeters internal diameter, and the standard link is about 58 millimeters internal diameter. So there's a difference of about 14 mil. So it's not a great deal. So what I've done, I've added this to the rear, and what this does, it gives the effect of decreasing the angle of attack on the left hand side, which decreases drag. And I've also on the front, on the right hand side, which you can't see here, they haven't got them up, I've reversed these, so I've got the longer one on the front and the shorter one on the rear. This increases the angle of attack a little bit on the right hand side, which creates a little more drag on the right, and we've got a little less drag on the left, so that tends to offset some of the left turn tendency. That does a fair bit of it, but what I've also added, if I want to use a little bit of line, is a trim system, an in-flight trim system. So what we've got, if you have a look here, we've got the standard line that comes down, the steering line that comes down through the standard pulley that's used on the Summit. It goes up to the steering pedals, which this is all standard equipment, and normally it goes up and it connects up to here, and this is where it ties off. But what I've done is I've added another pulley. This is a YPF pulley, but any good marine pulley will do. A D-shackle, which I've safety wired, and the line goes through the D-shackle up to my in-flight trim system. Now, I've just added a stainless steel plate. Actually, no, it's not. It's an aluminium plate, but anything will do. This is a standard Riley fitting. This brand name's Riley. You can get other brands, as long as it's a good marine type brand, that will be okay. It comes up through a pulley. The line comes through a pulley at the bottom. Now this pulley can be put at the top or the bottom if you wanted to mount this unit upside down or the right way up. You can put the pulley at any particular point. So the line comes through this pulley and through this cleat, and basically it's just got little grippers on the line. And if I want to pull a little bit of line in, I pull it in and it locks in place. And if I want to let it out, I just lift it up a little bit and that lets it out. So I've got one for the right and the left, and they're both identical. When the line comes back up through these pulleys, through this cleat I should say, I've got it tied up. If you have a look underneath the seat, I've got a small eye bolt, just a standard eye bolt from a hardware store, and I've tied my two lines up to that, so they both go to a central point. Okay, so I've also, what I've done is, maybe I'll see it on this video, I've put little marks on my lines. You see the little marks there? That's my neutral position, so I use that position for takeoff. I always have that in the correct position, so I'm not pulling left or right. And of course I also use that as a guide when I'm going to land. So I've got the neutral position, and I haven't got any left or right pulled in. That's around about it. It's fairly straightforward. Supplied at any marine shop. Another little tip you could use if you've got a bit of a tight workshop. This is a little thing I've made. It's just a piece of 7mm ply with some old office chair wheels on it, and a little bit of pine framing timber. And basically what I do is I put the Summit on that, and that makes the whole machine really easy to move around. If you've got a bit of a tight workshop, you can just, one hand on the machine, you can just slide it around, make it easy to pack away. There you go. There's my little inventions on the Summit. I hope it's a bit of a help.